I joined a cult. They took 3 months of my life. There was literally shrines everywhere. I happened to see this flyer in my local coffee shop and it was advertising a book club. This could be the sign that I was looking for. I could make some real life friends and maybe go book shopping with them, who knows. So I gave it a shot and I turned up to this book club and there's a bunch of girls there and they are so warm and friendly and inviting. Settled straight in. Get to the end of the group session and the kind of leader of the book club, Catherine, she tells me that I am officially part of the group now and that next week we're going to be doing it in a different location. Warning bells that probably should have started ringing at that point, but you know, I was like, it's a group of really nice girls. It doesn't matter if we're moving from a public location to this girl's house. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Next week rolls around, I go to this girl's house. As the night goes on, my head's getting fuzzier and fuzzier and I'm starting to feel a little bit woozy. So I'm like, you know what, I might have to dip out early on this one. And this is where it all starts to go terribly wrong for me because I stand up, I do a little wobble and then I hit the ground like an absolute sack of spuds. When I wake up, am I in this girl's house? No. Am I in my own house? No.
Becky knew something wasn't right but was unable to do anything. When she finally awoke, she was greeted by something scary.
I mean, what can only be described as like a sorority house, but a UK version, so it was really naff. And bearing in mind, I was still really reeling from what had happened when I woke up. Everything was kind of foggy and I didn't really understand what was going on. I was looking around, there was literally shrines of Colleen Hoover everywhere. Her books lined every bookshelf. There was pictures of her. There was bloody candles and flowers under her pictures. Like, I was seriously creeped out. Eventually, I find a room where all the girls are and a girl called Charlotte comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, you're awake. How exciting." Is it exciting, Charlotte? I don't think so. I'm pretty terrified. Anyway, she goes on to tell me that, lo and behold, it wasn't a normal book club. I'm now part of a Colleen Hoover cult. How did this happen to me? I don't understand. I just wanted to make some friends.
Becky found herself trapped by a book cult. The cult then began to reveal their story to Becky.
I'm really confused at this point. I don't know what's going on. And I speak to Charlotte and I'm like, "Hey, what's the deal with this?" And she's like, "Oh, so basically, we all worship Colleen Hoover. We believe that everybody should read her books and no other books." And I'm like, oh my God, but I'm a thriller girl. I can't commit to Colleen Hoover for the rest of my life. I need to get out, but I don't want to anger these girls. So I kind of go along with it and I'm like, okay, tell me more. Turns out this isn't the only sorority house. There are more situated across the UK and this cult has like infiltrated Book Talk and there's some really big book talkers who are in on this. And the pure mission of this cult is to get people to read Colleen Hoover. So they literally train these people up and they plant them in. And they say, if you hear people asking for book recommendations, don't let the staff get to them first. You need to go over there and slyly recommend any Colleen Hoover book that you can. And whilst you're at it, if you can recommend the book club and try and sign people up, the more the better. The last thing I want to do is to anger a bunch of Colleen Hoover cult lovers.
Becky could not believe that there were many cults like this. She had no idea what to do, but she is quickly given an ultimatum.
I just go along with it and I ask when that first kind of planned event is going to happen and she says, "Oh my God, you're in luck. It's happening tomorrow, so you can come to one and see what it's like." The day rolls around. I am absolutely terrified, but I get in this minivan with all of these girls and we go to a really big and they drop us off, but they say to us, "Don't forget, one of us will be watching you. If you try to suggest any other books, we will come for you." So there's me eyeing up all the thriller books, desperate to get my hands on a copy. So what do? I take the dust jacket off of a Colleen Hoover book and I wrap it around Me You by Steve Kavanagh. I take this up to Catherine, the head of the book club, thinking to myself, if I can convince her to read something other than Colleen Hoover, maybe she'll shut down like this whole little sorority book club cult thing and I can get out. Takes the bait, she buys the book, and then we all get back in the minibus and we go back to our little sorority house.
Becky was hoping that her plan to escape would work. When she woke up the next morning, she saw someone staring at her.
I'm literally laid in bed waiting with bated breath because I am just so desperate for this plan to work. When I wake up in the morning, she has already snuck into my room and she's like, "Oh my God, Becky, you've absolutely blown my mind. I didn't realise that there were authors out there who are better than Colleen Hoover." And I'm like, yes, my plan has worked. After a little back and forth between me and Catherine, I convinced her, let these poor girls go. Let them discover the great authors that are out there, so much better than bloody Colleen Hoover, because by this point I was sick of seeing her bloody face everywhere. And she did. she agreed to do it. I couldn't believe that my plan had worked so well, so quickly, and I was actually going to be able to go back to my normal life. However, there is one slight problem. This is only one sorority cult club house out of hundreds within the UK. So I get home, I lay low for a while, I come off of social media, I change my appearance, I change my name on here, but I feel like I am finally ready to come back and tell you guys my story and just let you know that if there's any book clubs that are signing up and the first book you read is Colleen Hoover, run.
What a harrowing experience Becky had to go through with this book club. We are glad she was able to escape the cult and then teach others what to avoid so it doesn't happen to them. The comment section couldn't believe the story and were quick to share similar experiences. This comment shared a similar experience. Oh my god, this happened to me too. I got poached. So glad you're out. I'm still trying. Another comment said, dang, maybe I'll avoid making some friends. We hope others can avoid these clubs going forward. Do you have any similar book experiences? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, then be sure to follow our other social pages for more content like this. And if you have any of your own videos you'd like to share, be sure to send them in. As always, thanks for watching Happiest.